All things unexplained.
All right, how could we have a special 100th double-sized episode without something from Roswell?
Okay, I'm like, what's coming?
Without something from Roswell. So every year this week, Roswell has their big UFO festival celebrating, of course, the infamous 1947 crash. This is the 75th anniversary, and I'd just like to toss out an article for y'all from the History Channel, and it's just the 3 top theories. Let's kind of get some listener polls, and we'll poll each other here on what we think it really was. So theory 1, about Facebook user said Muddy Waters with a guitar. All right, not sure what that means, but theory 1, Roswell. What happened 75, 76 years ago? All right, CJ and Smitty, theory 1, it really was a weather balloon. That's theory 1.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I don't believe that. There's too much other incidences involved with different things.
Theory 2, it was a crashed alien spacecraft.
Yeah, I want it to be that.
I don't know. Yeah, that would be cool.
Well, originally when the story broke, that was our own military's official response. We've recovered a UFO. Before they flip-flopped to a weather balloon. And by the way, I can't believe neither one of you said the strange lights over San Diego were weather balloons, because that's all we hear.
George wasn't on.
No,
George wasn't on to make that suggestion.
It was those Chinese tea lamp things.
Oh yeah, the Chinese lanterns.
Yeah, but for them to stay that close together in one spot would be,
Yeah, I was just kidding. I don't think it was.
Those get mentioned a lot. Facebook.
So the government, or excuse me, the military said originally that they had uncovered a spacecraft before they recovered that story up. I don't think I knew that.
Oh yeah, well that's really what the reason the Roswell story blew up so much. Smitty, I know you know more about the Roswell incident and how the government originally said it was UFO. I'm trying to pull up an image of that story.
Yeah, they originally said it did. Several of your officers and everything had attested to the fact that that's what it was. And I think they kind of shut them down pretty quickly. Just think about Robert Oppenheimer, but
the Men in Black,
make the
obviously.
atomic bomb.
Mm-hmm. Look into the light.
Blue book there.
This was headline the Roswell Daily, RAAF, that's I believe the Air Force there, captures flying saucer on ranch in Roswell region. That was headline news that circled the globe, and that was straight from the military.
Yup, I see it. I Googled it. It says RAAF captures flying saucer on ranch in Roswell region. And then, of course, later it comes back and it says they recovered parts of a weather balloon in another, kind of like, hey, you spoke too soon. You can't tell everybody that. So we got to put something else on there.
Right. So if you want to get people thinking, all right, we're covering something up, then literally say you captured UFO and then come back the next day and say, no, actually, we were wrong. It was a weather balloon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what blew up the Roswell story, right? Like, I think if there never was the story the next day that they recovered a flying saucer, Roswell wouldn't even be a thing.
Right. I mean, it's just like JFK's assassination. I don't think if Jack Ruby would have shot Oswald, anyone would have ever thought anyone else was involved but Oswald. when Jack Ruby shot him, that kind of threw a wrench in the whole thing. So that brought up a lot of speculation.
Right. So our top two theories: one, weather balloon; two, flying saucer. Of course, originally the military said it was a flying saucer, which is just mind blowing. And then they backtracked, said it was a weather balloon. So that's obvious why there's the top two theories. There's one more theory out there. I have to admit it was a little more obscure, but it is the third most prevalent theory. Do either of you know this third theory?
That we're all on drugs.
Close. Theory 3.
It was
What's that?
hallucinogenic. I said maybe it was a hallucinogenic experiment by the government.
Close. Theory 3. It was a Russian psy-op.
Oh,
That
Russian psyop.
the theory says
What is this? PSYOP.
psychological operation.
Oh, okay.
The theory says that Russia, the Soviet Union, actually was somehow responsible for Roswell. Could have been a downed spy plane dispatched just as the Cold War was getting into gear. Unlikely, this article from History Channel says such an event would probably have sparked an international incident. But apparently there was a book called Area 51, an uncensored history of America's top secret military base, that suggested that Soviet forces faked an alien crash at Roswell in the hope of triggering national panic, like the one that followed the famous Orson Welles radio version of The War of the Worlds in 1938. And if you think about it, The War of the Worlds, yeah, that actually happened not that long before Roswell.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually pretty feasible because the Russians did some really strange things to try
What's
to.
up with this Russia place?
Russia.
Right?
What are you, Dan Brady?
All things unexplained.